Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the Steelers 2025 season deep shot. Well, today on 1 p.m. Eastern time was the deadline to update the 53 main roster that will play in the 2025 NFL season. So, for that reason, hope you know, my favorite team is the Steelers, are the Steelers, and for that reason, I'm going to talk about the 53 men roster that are going to play in the Steelers 2025 season. Well, we can see there were a lot of movements in the offseason for the Steelers, something very weird because this is not a typical movement in the Steelers, where in the teams that left the team were the Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, the both quarterbacks that play in the play as starting quarterbacks the last year. Then Najee Harris left the team. George Pickens left the team and he was traded to the Cowboys. And Justin Fields was traded for the New York Jets and the Russell Wilson to the Giants. And Najee Harris was traded to the Chargers. So another important things, another the important downs were Larry Ogunjobi in the defenses. Another big sale, very big down was the Minka Fitzpatrick was trade to the Miami Dolphins. Well, remember that he was trade to the Pittsburgh 4 or 5 years ago. Where, to be honest, Minka Fitzpatrick in the first two seasons he played with the Steelers. He played a tremendous NFL football level, but in the last 3 seasons he played a very awful level, and maybe this was one of the reasons why he left the team. And about the new addition, it was how I told you, it was a very move off season for the Steelers because they sing on or trade for a lot of free action, something that is very atypical in the Steelers because remember that a very conservative team. But how I told you, it looked like that the Rooney tier, the actual owner of the Steelers and the CEO, he wants to win in the playoffs. So it looks like that this kind of trade are gonna improve the team, and let's see if the team can translate all these movements in the field, where the big things or arrive. Where Aaron Rodgers, the future Hall of Fame, Mason Rudolph, the return to the Steelers after 1 season in the Titans. Aaron Rodgers come from the Jets, and it looked like that this is going to be his last season. And another addition was that in the draft, another addition in the defense side, what in the draft, Derrick Harmon and Jack Swagger. These two players are going to be tremendous. And in the back, another two big additions were Jaylen Ramsey, that was exchanged from the Mika Fitzpatrick, and Darius Slade, the former Eagles player, and he remember that he won the Super Bowl the last season. So let's talk about a little more about each position in the offense line. In the left tackle, the starting player is Broderick Jones, and his bench player is Calvin Anderson. In the left guard is Isaac Seumalo, and his bench is Spencer Anderson, and the center is Zach Frazier, and his backup is Ryan McCollum. In the right side is only Mason McCormick, and he doesn't have any backup. And in the right tackle is Troy Fautanu, and his backup is Andrus Peat, and this is the offense line. So, how I told you, since Mike Tomlin's era, the Steelers have been struggling a lot in the offense line because most of the time the offense line doesn't make a very great job, and the offense line doesn't protect very well the quarterback. So let's see also that if this offensive line is basically the same of the last year, can protect better the Aaron Rodgers, the starting quarterback, and can establish the running game, because this will be very important. So the Aaron Rodgers can have a lot of option in the passing game, because remember, if you want to have a very great passing game, you need to establish your running game. So let's see if these offensive lineman players can implement the running game and protect the quarterback. In the side in, the starting players is Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington. The starting player is Pat Freiermuth, and his backup is Jonnu Smith, and another tight end is Darnell Washington, and his backup is Connor Heyward. I think that the most probable is that the Pat Freiermuth is going to play most of the snap as a starting tight end, and Darnell Washington, the most probably he's going to be used in the running game, or when the Steelers will be in the red zones, and he was going to use to block or to score the touchdown with in a minimum rush, or in a place less than 3 to 5 to less place to gain, or in the red zone. This will be the interesting. In the running back is something very new. Well, Jaylen Warriors, he played the last year with the Steelers. He's going to be the starting running back. Remember that he played the starting running back alongside the Najee Harris the last season, and he did a very great job. Now he will be the only starting running back, and his backup will be Kenneth Gainwell and Kaleb Johson. I think that the most probably that the Steelers are going to use the 2 or 3 running back per game, and the fullback is going to be Connor Heyward, and he also played the TN. And about the quarterback, these are new faces. The Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback. To be honest, I don't expect that he can have the grand performance that the grand performance says that he had in the past with the Packers, but he still have a lot of talents. The most probably this is going to be his last years, and the only I hope is that the linemen can protect the Aaron Rodgers. They can give enough seconds to make the enough passes, and also that the offensive linemen can establish the running game. That this will be very important. So Aaron Rodgers can implement his game. Let's see. The backup is Mason Rudolph. That remember that he returned to the Steelers after 1 year in the Titans, and the other quarterback is Will Howard. He was selected in the draft. He played with the Ohio. The most probably that he's not going to play this season, but the most probably that he's going to be the starting quarterback from the Steelers for the next 10 years. And I don't know why the Steelers put 4 quarterbacks. I don't know why they put Skylar Thompson, but the most probably I think that in the season they're going to weigh him, or they're going to trade for another team. And the receivers, the starting receivers are Calvin Austin second. His backup is Roman Wilson, and the new addition DK Metcalf, that he comes from the Seattle Seahawks. This will be a tremendous combination. We'll see if the Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf can work as best possible, and his backup are Scotty Miller and Skowronek. So I think that for first time in many years, I think that the offensive unity is better than the defensive unity. So let's see that they can translate this new addition in the field, where I told you the most important for me is that the Steelers, the offensive linemen can protect Aaron Rodgers, and also that they can establish the running game, because if the Steelers can establish the running game, I think that the Steelers can win a lot of games. But let's see what happens. And in the defense side, in the line mind, the starting the name that made the cut in the as a defensive tackle. The starting player is the Cameron Heyward. That remember that he wanted a new contract, I think that he's seen it the last week, so he's gonna to play in a very great way, because remember that he wanted a new contract, or he wanted to increase his salary, or to increase some bonuses. So I think that he agreed with the team the last week. His backup are the Isaiahh Loudermilk and Esezi Otomewo. The most probably that the Isaiahh Loudermilk and Esezi Otomewo are gonna to have a lot of snap, because the Cameron Heyward, he's very old. He's playing a very great football level, but remember that he's old, and he's gonna to need a lot of support for these two players. As a nose tackle, the starting player is Keeanu Benton. He's a tremendous player, and his backup are the Daniel Ekuale and Black. And in the defensive edge, the the starting player is the Rick Hammond. He was selected as a first pick for the Steelers in the draft. He's a tremendous player, but remember that he got injured in the last preseason game against the Panthers. But I think he's gonna to be ready for the beginning of the season. So I think that this will be a very tremendous addition, and let's see if he can. He can help the team to win games. And his backup is Logan Lee. In the linebackers, the left outside linebacker, the starting player is the T.J. Watts, one of the captains, best player of the team, alongside Cameron Heyward. Remember that he had some problem with the team, because he wanted a right in his contract. He did it, because remember that he signs by 3 years with the Steelers, 3 or 5 years, for more than $120 million, tremendous $1 million. And he's gonna to receive $41 million per week. In this moment, he's the highest known quarterback player. With this salary, this will be tremendous. So let's see if he can improve his football level, because the last season he didn't play a very great football. And his backup is Jack Swaber, a rookie that was selected in the draft. He is a tremendous player, because remember that he won the national championship the last season with the Ohio. So I think that this player is gonna to support a lot the T.J. Watt, because he's a tremendous player. As an inside linebacker are the Patrick Quinn and Peyton Wilson. To be honest, Patrick Quinn is a very bad player, especially in the passing game, because he was exposed a lot in the last season. So let's see if he can improve. His backup is Malik Harrison. About the another inside linebacker is Peyton Wilson, but I think that this is something the page is something, the Steeler page is some confused, because I think that the Peyton Wilson is an outsider linebacker. His backup are Cole Holman and Carson Brunner. So the Peyton Wilson is the right linebacker, and he's gonna I think so, right? Or maybe he's gonna to make the transition. And now he was converted to inside linebacker, inside the outside linebacker, and the other outside linebacker is Alex Highsmith, one of the best players for the Steelers, especially in the defense side, and his backup is Nick Herbig. So it looks like the Peyton Wilson made the transition from outside to inside linebacker. So let's see if this team can improve and stop the running game. And about the safeties, there was a lot of new faces. The Darius Slade will be the left corner. His backup will be Corey Trice Jr. Remember that Darius Slade won the Super Bowl 59 the last February with the Eagles, where they defeated and humiliated the Kansas City Chiefs. Where I think that this is a good addition, but maybe he's too old. Let's see if he can translate his great performances in the field. His backup is Corey Trice Jr. And the free safety will be the starting player will be Juan Torhill, and his backup will be my Heyward. I think that this Corey Trice Jr. was good. I think that this is no he's no late, but I think that he was good. In the free safety, the starting player was Juan Torhill, and his backup is my Heyward. And the strong safety is Deshaun Elliott. In this moment, he doesn't have a backup. And the right corner is Joe Porter Jr. And he's entered to his third year. And he played a very great football in the last season, but he have some ups and downs. So let's see if he can be more consistent. And his backup is Brandon Schultz. And about the nickel back, the new addition Jalen Ramsey, he's gonna to handle the secondary. And his backup is Dante Quinn when Jalen Ramsey arrived from Miami. So I think that the Steelers improve a lot, especially in the secondary. Let's see if they can translate all additions to the field. So I think that for first time, how I told you a few minutes ago, the defense side is worse or weaker than the offense side. This is something that is not typical in a Steelers team. So I think that if the Steelers want to try to be competitive in each game, and they try to win some games and try to qualify to the playoff, they need to stop the running game of the opposite team, and also to try to improve in the passing yard, because remember the Steelers were very bad in these both unities, in the running game and in the passing, especially the backups, who I told you. So now the Cameron, Heyward, Keeanu, Benton, and Derek Harmon, they need to be very great in the running game, and also the inside linebacker Patrick Quinn and Peyton Wilson, and also the TJ Watts and Alex Highsmith. They need to make a lot of pressure and try to sack the quarterback. And also about the corners, they need to, I think that if we compare how the secondary or the backups or the defensive back of the Steelers were in the last year, I think that there is a lot of improvement. So let's see Darius Slay, Joe Porter Jr. and Jalen Ramsey can improve this unity, because this will be an interesting. So and the special team, the punter will be Corliss Wakeman. There is no new news. The kicker is Chris Waldwell, one of the captain of the team and one of the best team in the league. And the long snapper is Christian Kunz. About the kick returner is Kenneth Gainwell, and the punt returner is Calvin Austin Tier. So I think if we compare how the Steelers were the last year, I think that the Steelers have improved a lot, but I think that in this moment it still is not enough. So let's see if the Steelers can improve from what happened the last year, because remember the last year the Steelers finished with a 10-7 record. They finished in the second place. No, yeah, in the second place in his division, 10-7. But the problem is that the Steelers lost the last 5 games that they played. They couldn't win in December or in the last 5 games, so they were eliminated from his divisional rival, the Ravens, 28-14 in the AFC wild card. And this is the third or fourth time that the Steelers enter to the playoffs with one game and get out, where they have lost the last 5 or 6 times that they are in playoffs. So let's see if the Steelers can improve. I think that the Steelers improve a lot if we compare, but I think in this moment is not enough. But let's see. And remember that the next week I'm gonna to give the prediction about the Steelers 2025 NFL season. I'm gonna to give the prediction about. I'm gonna to talk about all the all the games that the Steelers will win. I'm going to do my prediction about the record that they will have. Let's see. And also, I'm going to record another video before the NFL 2025 season starts, where I'm going to give my prediction about how the NFL standings will finish in the end of the 2025 NFL season. But this will be the next week. Let's see what happens. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or suggestions, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can write me in the platform. So see you next video. Jaylen.